you can smell it. You can smell everybody quitting on themselves, man. You guys ever have that? You ever walk into a place and you can feel the culture, right? You can feel the environment. If you stop and pause for a second, it's fucking December, 30th? And people are already giving up on themselves, man. Like, you can feel the momentum really just stop, and people are quitting on the rest of the year. Dude, it's 2 days left out of the year. Why would you not want to finish at your best? Sure, take some time to recoup and like rest and everything, but don't destroy yourself on these last days. Don't make yourself worse going into the new year. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, guys. I'm going to give you guys a simple mindset shift that'll help project you into 2025 with a victory, confidence, and a new identity, and not go into 2025 trying to find your footing, okay? So this is the number one mindset strategy, mindset shift that you need to start 2025 off strong. I just wrapped up some fucking MMA training. So if you guys look at me right now, I'm fucking a shit show. But this is what hard work looks like. You know, a lot of times these guys on social media, they post all this like picture perfect stuff. I don't really like to do that. I mean, I like the motivational videos and I like high quality stuff. I do. But I don't necessarily think that you need to have every freaking video perfectly curated. Like, just show the truth, bro. So, for those of you guys that are new, I'm Jeremiah Sullivan, former Army Ranger. I grew up in a small town of like, the population was 300 people. And I used to hunt and fish as a kid. And I never thought I could be successful. I never thought I could leave the small town that I grew up in, but I did. Changed my life. I started working on my mindset. I became an Army Ranger. I became an infantry officer even. And then a commander. And then today, I'm an entrepreneur. And I am building a leadership company that helps people transform their life. I've been doing that since 2019. There's very few people in the game that are successful coaches that long, and I'm fucking loving it, man. So my sweet spot is helping leaders hit their goals even faster, help them transform their life, their business, their fitness, and get everything that they want. All right, so let's dive in. As I said in this video, you know, leaders, it's a difficult time right now, and leaders aren't needed during good times. They're not. Like your kids, your wife, your husband, they don't really need you when things are going well, right? When they need you is when things are not going well. And so, you know, you got to really look at the environment right now. Look at your work. Look at your people. And ask yourself, do they need you right now? Because they do, man. If it's a hard time and they're all slowing down and they need that one person to step up and fucking say, you know what, I'm not going to slow down, I'm going to set the pace. They need the example right now, and that's your job. That's your guys' job right now. Now, do I think that you need to cool down and rest and chill out and have holidays and have that's totally up to you. But what we should not do is quit on everything that we're committed to. Okay, I was watching fucking 8 Mile last night. God, man, who loves that movie? I love that movie, 8 Mile. Because it's about a guy that is so nervous and so uncomfortable and comes from such shitty upbringing that he doesn't think he can do anything, but he's just got this belief in himself at the same time. He battles with doubt. He kind of goes back and forth between having doubt and having confidence. And he goes through all life's ups and downs, but he pushes forward and he works through all the adversity and he ends up succeeding, right? Well, that's a true leader, man. And the biggest mindset shift that you guys can make this year is to step the fuck up when people are slowing down, to do the opposite, to fucking be like Eminem in 8 Mile, which I know this sounds fucking weird, but be like 8 Mile and work through that adversity. Like, remember in that scene where he's like trying to go out there and rap, he ends up throwing up. It's the very first scene in the movie. He throws up all over himself and shit. But he gets back up there, and he gets back up there, and life just keeps beating the shit out of him, but he keeps showing the fuck up, man. And that's a true leader. And so right now, that's what's happening right now. People are throwing up on themselves. They're like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's too hard. Oh my God, I don't want to train. I don't want to eat right. I don't want to wake up at a disciplined time. I don't want to freaking work on my sales. I don't want to build my business. It's too fucking hard. Guys, It is not that fucking hard. Life is not that hard. Life is as hard as we mentally make it. Write that shit down. Life is as mentally hard as we make it. All right? In America, if you're watching this and you're in America, bro, the rest of the world absolutely fucking is horrible, dude. I haven't been to every country, but I've been to a lot of countries. And people think that the hardest day in a person's life here in America is like their bank account. It's like, oh my God, I only have $1 in my bank account. But you have a fucking brand new car, or you have a car that gets you around. You have a fucking job. You have heating in your house. And you're like, all of a sudden, your biggest problem is that you overspend. That's Americans' biggest problem. They're like, oh my God, my life's so horrible, I'm broke. And it's because they overspend. That is their biggest problem. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. So, perspective is what I'm trying to give everybody here. So as we shift the corner, all right, I want us to fucking shift from being losers in life to being leaders. And what that means is that these last couple of days, it's very important that you guys get clear about what your commitments are. Get clear about your commitments, because if you're waiting for January 1st, follow me on this. If you're waiting for January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, the first week or whatever, to set goals and commitments for yourself in the new year, you're already enrolling into a previous thought pattern. You're already repeating a habit from last year or the year before. You're not really doing anything differently. You're not really, the story inside of your mind from all of this year, from all of 2024. And by the way, if you're watching this in 2025, the same rules apply. It doesn't matter what the date is. So what I'm saying is that if you are telling yourself a story that you should start later, that story is reinforcing an identity inside of you. It's basically, you're building yourself up into a person who always tells themselves they're going to do something later and not now. Write this down. Later is never the right time. Later is never the right fucking time. Now is always the right time. The timing is always right. It's like you just got to get strong enough to work through the issues that you're focused on that are holding you back, okay? So the number one mindset shift that you guys need to make to start 2025 off strong is simply what I said, that later is never the right time. Making that shift to right now is the right time. And I have a bonus thing that I'm going to give you guys, okay? When you shift your identity to a person that says, fuck this, I'm going to start now, bro, a human never does something once. So when you make a decision, follow me on this will change your life. When you make a decision to do something now versus later, okay, you're changing a paradigm inside of yourself. The paradigm is your habits, your rituals, your routines, your norm, your box that you live in. And when you choose not to do something later and you choose to do it right now, you're breaking the box that you live in. You're changing the habit. And a human never does something just once. They always do it more than once. We are creatures of habits. So as we close out the year in 2024, you're closing out today and maybe it's 2025. Tomorrow is a new fresh day. You never do something just once. And so every day presents you the opportunity to change who you think that you are, to change yourself from somebody that tells themselves a story about doing something later versus doing something right now. Okay? I have this belief that really helps me through life that I want to share with you guys. It's one of the beliefs that helped me go run 100 miles without training up, which is a hard thing to do, man. I was nervous. I was uncomfortable. I did a whole video on it. And I started wanting to run 100 miles, right? I was like scrolling on Instagram. I started wanting to run 100 miles. And as soon as I want something, I make myself take action. Imagine what that would do in your life. If every single time you wanted something, you took action on it, and it was tied to the goals that you want for your life and yourself. It wasn't one of those impulses. So I was like, I really want to run one of these 100 milers. And I asked myself, are you serious? Do you really want it? I said, yeah, I am. I'm serious. Fucking prove it, bitch. And I called myself out. And I said, all right, I'm not going to live in a state of want. I'm going to live in a state of action. So I found the nearest first race that I could find. And it just so happened to be 6 days after that decision. I found one. It was going to be 6 days later. 6 fucking days, bro. Imagine somebody tells you you're going to run 100 miles in the next 6 days, and you have an athletic background, but you've never ran that distance before. And I finished that shit. Who cares if I finished it? The fact that I'm proud of is that I did it. I took action and I did it. All right. So the moral of the story is that the timing is always perfect. Okay. Later is never the right time. And then the bonus thing that I want to give you guys to kick your ass into gear for 2025 is one simple thing that you can do is I have the Discipline Advantage worksheet, the guide that I attach to these videos. If you guys download that, there's a list of habits that you can start working on. And these habits will reset your identity about yourself, okay? What I mean is that they will take you back down to your foundation for productivity. They'll basically strip you down to the bare minimum that you need to do to be productive, and the bare minimum that you need to do to build the best you. So you can download the Discipline Advantage. You can go through and then pick one of those fucking tasks that you're gonna focus on today. Like, I don't care which one it is, but fucking do it today. Whether it's the macros, the wake up time, whether it's the journaling, the reading, reflection, the workout, pick the one that challenges you and start putting yourself into action today. And when you do that, you'll fucking re-solidify this identity that you're not somebody that does something later. You're a person that does something now. And maybe you see yourself as a person that does something now, but I guarantee you have some shit in your life that you're not doing right now. So the things in life mean something to us according to what we define them as. So they only have the meaning that we attach to things. If you tell yourself doing something from that list is about going after the things that you've been putting off in your life, fuck it, I'm gonna do this because these other areas of my life are fucked, then that's what it'll mean to you, and you'll get something out of it. All right, I'll close this up. Guys, 2024 was a great year. It was a tough year, man. It was one of my toughest years for a lot of personal reasons. And I'm excited to take off into 2025. And if it's an even harder year, fuck it. We're going to dig in even more. Who's with me? All right, guys? So if you like this video, make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're clicking like, subscribing to the channel, because we're going to keep growing this thing. I'm going to keep getting better at these. And I'm just going to be here to motivate you guys, elevate you, help you with mindset shifts, and help you guys succeed, because there's not a lot of people giving you guys really good information that can really truly change your life. They're just trying to they have their own agenda, and I really truly want you guys to win. That's my mission in life. And so share it if you like it, and let's kick ass in 2025. Conquer all.